Your dog can't say, "I'm hurting," but they're showing you every single day. And the scariest part? Most owners look right at those signs and have no idea what they're seeing. They think their dog is just tired, or stubborn, or going through a phase. But what if it's not a phase? What if your dog has been quietly telling you something is wrong, and nobody taught you how to listen? That's what this video is about. 5 signs your dog is unhappy, and what you can actually do about it. Stay until the end, because sign number 4 is the one most owners completely misread. Let's start with something subtle, because this one sneaks up on people. You walk into the room. You call your dog's name, and instead of looking at you, they look away. They turn their head. Maybe they walk to the other side of the room. Most people think, oh, they're just being aloof. That's just their personality. No, that is a stress signal. In dog body language, avoiding eye contact and turning away is what's called a calming signal. Dogs do this when they feel uncomfortable, anxious, or unsafe. It's their way of saying, "I don't want conflict. Please back off." Now here's the thing, this doesn't automatically mean you're a bad owner. It could mean your dog had a bad experience in the past. It could mean something in your energy or tone is putting them on edge without you realizing it. But if your dog consistently looks away when you approach, consistently turns their body away from you, or consistently moves to another spot when you sit near them, that is your dog communicating discomfort, with you specifically. The fix starts with pressure. Stop leaning over your dog. Stop reaching toward their face. Get lower, turn your own body sideways, and let them come to you. Rebuilding trust takes time, but it starts with you removing the pressure that's making them shut down. Your dog chewed through the couch cushions. Again, they dug up the backyard. They knocked over the trash for the 3rd time this week, and you're frustrated, understandably. But here's what most people get wrong. They label this as bad behavior and try to correct it. More rules, more punishment, more frustration. What they're missing is the why. Destructive behavior in dogs is almost always one of 3 things: boredom, anxiety, or unmet physical needs. Your dog is not acting out to spite you. Dogs don't think like that. They are acting out because something inside them is overflowing, and they have no other way to release it. A dog who doesn't get enough exercise is a dog sitting on a pressure cooker all day. A dog who is anxious when left alone is a dog in genuine emotional distress, and chewing, digging, and destroying are how that distress comes out. So before you get angry at the behavior, ask the question behind the behavior. What does my dog need that they're not getting? More walks, more mental stimulation, more structured time with you. In most cases, when the need gets met, the destruction stops. This one should stop you in your tracks. A dog who doesn't want to play and doesn't want to eat is a dog who is struggling. Now, rule out the obvious first. If this came on suddenly, get to a vet. Loss of appetite can be medical. Don't skip that step. But if your dog has slowly, over weeks or months, become less and less interested in the things they used to love, that's emotional withdrawal. And it's one of the clearest signs of a dog that is not okay. Happy dogs want to engage with life. They get excited about their food. They perk up when you grab a toy. They want to participate. When a dog starts opting out when they lie in the corner while you try to play, when they sniff their bowl and walk away when nothing seems to excite them anymore, that dog is telling you they've lost something. Joy, safety, connection. Something is missing. This is the sign that should make you stop and genuinely evaluate the quality of your dog's daily life. Are they getting enough interaction with you? Enough time outside? Enough novelty and stimulation? Are they lonely? Are they grieving a change in the household? Dogs feel all of it. And when they go quiet and flat, they're not being lazy. They're fading. This is the one I told you to wait for. And it's the one that's hardest for owners to accept, because it's personal. Your dog might be perfectly fine around other people, relaxed at the dog park, happy with your partner or your kids. But the moment you come around, something shifts. Watch for these specific signals. Excessive yawning when you haven't just woken them up. Lip licking when there's no food around. Whale eye, where you can see the whites of their eyes because they're watching you sideways without turning their head. Ears pinned back. Tail tucked low even when they're standing still. These are not random. These are stress responses. And if they happen specifically in your presence, that is information you cannot ignore. Here's where most people go wrong. They see these signs and they push through. They keep petting the dog even when the dog is leaning away. They keep calling the dog over when the dog is clearly hesitating. They interpret the dog's compliance as comfort. Compliance is not comfort. A dog can submit to something they hate. That doesn't mean they're okay with it. If your dog shows stress signals around you specifically, the work is on you to change the dynamic. Lower your energy. Slow your movements. Stop forcing interaction. Let your dog set the pace for every single engagement, and over time, watch what happens to those stress signals. They will fade, but only if you give them space to. Last one, and it's simple, but it cuts deep. When something scares your dog, a loud noise, a stranger, a new situation, where do they go? A dog who trusts you and feels safe with you will come to you. They'll press against your leg. They'll look up at you for reassurance. You are their safe place, and when the world feels big and scary, you are who they run toward. But a dog who doesn't feel that bond, they go somewhere else. They hide under the bed. They pace by themselves. They look for another person in the house. They sit alone in another room. If your dog never comes to you when they're scared or stressed, if you are not their person in those moments, that is a relationship gap. And it's one of the most telling signs that the connection between you needs work. Building this takes consistency. It takes being calm when they're scared instead of anxious yourself. It takes not punishing fear responses. It takes being the steady presence they can predict, so that over time, your presence starts to mean something to them. Safety, calm, you. Here's the truth, and I want you to hear this clearly. None of this is about blame. Dogs are not scorecards. Finding out your dog is unhappy doesn't make you a bad person. It makes you someone who now has information they didn't have before. And information is power. Every single sign on this list is fixable. Trust can be rebuilt. Bonds can be strengthened. Dogs are remarkably forgiving animals. They don't hold grudges. They don't write you off. They just respond to what you give them. Give them patience. Give them consistency. Give them time. If this video helped you see your dog differently, even a little, drop a comment below and tell me which sign hit hardest for you. And if you know someone who needs to hear this, share it with them. Your dog is counting on you to figure this out. And the fact that you watched this far, that already says something about the kind of owner you're choosing to be. I'll see you in the next one.